What do our dreams tell us? The nightly theater of your mind. You are running down a dark hallway. Your breathing is heavy, and footsteps echo right behind you. Just as a cold hand touches your shoulder, you suddenly open your eyes to the sound of your morning alarm. You are safe in bed, but your heart is still racing. We spend a third of our lives sleeping, motionless in our beds. During this period, our brains project the most bizarre, terrifying, or beautiful movies directly into our minds. We become the lead actors in stories that defy all logic and physical laws. Far from being a quiet resting state, your brain is actually working overtime while you sleep. It is incredibly busy, organizing fresh memories, filing away past experiences, and processing intense emotions that you consciously ignored during the day. It cleans up the mental mess. But how exactly does your brain communicate with you when your conscious mind is shut down? The answer is hidden in a secret, ancient visual language that we all instinctively speak but rarely understand. What are these silent, nightly messages desperately trying to tell us? The secret laboratory of your emotions. During your day, you are often too distracted by work, school, or daily stress to process how you feel. If someone makes you angry, you usually hide those feelings, put on a smile, and keep going. Your brain carefully locks all these raw emotions in a mental safe. At night, when you finally enter the deepest phase of sleep, the heavy doors of that mental safe swing wide open. This is the absolute perfect moment for your mind to analyze everything without the loud noise of the outside world. This quiet space is where the real psychological magic happens. To protect you from feeling completely overwhelmed by these intense feelings, your brain uses clever metaphors and complex visual symbols. Instead of dreaming about a painful argument with a close friend, you might dream about desperately trying to put out a massive fire in your house. This protective mechanism is brilliant, but it leaves us confused and disoriented every morning when we wake up. We are left blindly wondering about the strange, random things we just saw. So, what do the world's most common dream symbols actually mean when we decode them? The universal scenarios we all share. Even though every single person is completely unique, psychologists have discovered that certain dream themes are repeated all over the world. One of the most famous and universal examples is the terrifying feeling of being chased by a dark shadow or a wild animal. You try to run away with all your strength, but your legs feel incredibly heavy, as if they are made of solid stone. This scary, exhausting dream rarely has anything to do with a real physical danger in your daily waking life. Deep psychology suggests that you are running away from a difficult problem, an uncomfortable conversation, or a big decision that you are afraid to make. That dark shadow chasing you is simply your own anxiety that you cannot escape from. Another universal classic is dreaming that your teeth are suddenly falling out, crumbling into pieces without any pain. You look in the bathroom mirror and watch your beautiful smile slowly fall apart. This dramatic scenario is usually connected to deep personal insecurity or a severe fear of losing control. We all experience these common warnings at some point in our lives. But what happens when these gentle symbols are not enough to grab your attention? Sometimes, the messages from inside become much darker and significantly more urgent. When the mind screams for help. Sometimes, the emotional message your brain wants to send is so important that a dream is no longer enough to wake you up. This is when nightmares appear. These experiences make us wake up sweating and panicked in the middle of the night. Despite how awful they feel, Nightmares are not a cruel punishment from your brain trying to torture you. Instead, they act as a vital, biological emergency alarm system for your overall psychological well-being. They demand your immediate attention. Recurring nightmares, which are the ones that repeat the exact same painful story over and over again, are especially revealing. They clearly indicate that there is a deep, unresolved trauma or a highly stressful daily situation that you stubbornly refuse to face in reality. Think of your powerful subconscious mind as a very persistent, concerned friend calling you on the telephone. If you consistently do not answer the gentle calls, it will eventually start banging on your front door as loudly as possible. If you can finally understand this repetitive pattern, you are about to discover something amazing: the mystery of paralysis and flight. Beyond pure fear and anxiety, there are also dream experiences that leave us feeling absolutely amazed, joyful, and incredibly powerful. Take the universally fascinating dream of flying, for example, where you magically lift off the ground just by waving your arms in the air. This wonderful, exhilarating illusion of being weightless usually appears during moments of great personal success and intense happiness. It frequently happens when you have finally freed yourself from a heavy emotional burden, finished a stressful project, or solved a major life problem. Flying freely through the open sky represents pure ambition, total independence, and the amazing ability to look at your daily problems from a much higher perspective. Your brain is basically throwing a private, joyous celebration because you have successfully overcome a major obstacle. On the absolute opposite side of this joy, we find the terrifying sensation of trying to scream for help or move your arms, but being completely frozen. You are totally paralyzed in your bed, fully awake in your mind, but your sleeping body refuses to respond. This frustrating inability to move in a dream perfectly mirrors situations in your real life, where you feel totally trapped and helpless. You might be permanently stuck in a terrible job that you hate, or trapped in a highly toxic relationship that constantly drains your energy. Your brilliant mind is simply showing you an exact, vivid visual representation of how you currently feel emotionally. Completely immobilized, totally powerless, and without any voice to defend yourself. To truly benefit from all these incredible insights, you must learn a very important skill: the lost art of listening inward. The tragedy of our society is that most of us forget our dreams the moment the morning alarm rings. We jump out of bed, check our mobile phones, and let daily stress erase the wisdom of the night. By foolishly ignoring our vivid dreams, we are permanently silencing the wisest, most honest counselor we will ever have in our entire lives. If you truly want to decode these powerful messages, you must actively develop the daily habit of quiet, focused morning observation. Keep a small, dedicated notebook and a pen on your nightstand. Quickly write down any tiny details you remember as soon as you open your sleepy eyes. Do not try to make logical sense of it immediately. Simply capture the raw, strange scenes before they permanently evaporate. Over the coming weeks, as you carefully review your written notes, you will begin to notice fascinating, undeniable patterns that clearly reveal your true, hidden desires and your deepest fears. The next time you close your tired eyes, remember that you are going to a very private, important meeting with yourself.